About 14 years ago, I was living in the Central Valley of California, which is about 3 hours away from San Francisco. And a friend was coming to visit San Francisco, and they asked if we wanted to meet them up there, which we did. And I knew my way around San Francisco pretty well at this point. So when we got there, I was surprised that my friend, who had recently gotten an iPhone that had GPS on it, which was pretty new at the time, he wanted to use his phone to get us around the city, even though my wife and I knew where we were going. So he puts in the destination, the tourist spot we're heading to. And as we're walking to it, he's just staring at his phone, following himself, the little blue dot, the entire way. Back then, this was a pretty novel, new and interesting thing. And he wasn't really conversing with us. He was just following the blue dot while we were having conversations around. We were walking down by the water, and there was one of these guys there who makes balloon animals and does face painting for kids. And we're passing this guy about the same time as a family with a little kid who's in a stroller, and he's looking at a phone, just staring at it as the family pushes the stroller. And the guy with the balloon animals tries to hand him a balloon that looks like a little dog. And the kid doesn't even notice, doesn't register the guy, doesn't even look up from his phone to get the balloon. And right as we're passing the guy, right as the family's passing the guy, he says to the kid, "Hey, the world's out here, kid." Family doesn't look over, kid doesn't even register it, but I did. So I say to my friend, "Hey, the world's out here, kid." And he just kind of glances over and sneers at me, and then goes back to looking at his phone. And I think about that moment a lot nowadays, because now it's 14 years later, and I have a smartphone. I've had one for years. I have social media, and I'm just as addicted to my phone as everyone else. I lost the high horse, so to speak, pretty quickly after getting Instagram and realizing I was becoming addicted to it. And everyone around me was addicted to that, or TikTok, or YouTube. And just makes me feel like the better these phones have gotten since then, the more we're missing the world around us. And that's what I want to talk about today. I think we have to purposely put blocks to prevent us from completely becoming absorbed by our devices. And I'm just as guilty of this as anyone, maybe more so. I've cringe every time I get my weekly screen report on Sunday, because it just keeps going up and up and up. And what I found is that one of the only ways I can really put a block in is when I do stuff like this. I'm out on a trail running or cycling or swimming. It's the only time I can really break that temptation to get on my phone and stare into the void. Set this down right here. I think endurance sports, adventure sports are some of the best ways to put some of those blocks up from our devices. When you're running really hard, it is very difficult to be tuned into whatever's happening on your phone. At most, you can probably listen to music. I struggle to even listen to a podcast if I'm running hard. Same goes when I'm on the bike. And then when I come out to the trail, I don't get good service. So it's like the notifications can't get to me. I still carry the device because what if I injure myself or something happens? I want it there for the emergency purpose, but I don't want it there to distract me from the environment I'm in. And the further I go out into nature, the less I can be connected to my device and the less I want to be. When I'm out in places like this, I want to hear the river. I want to look around. After I wrap this video up, I'll go and I'll walk around and I'll check things out, and I won't want the notifications from my device to get me. I won't want the temptation. And the more I put myself in these situations, the more I can put a block between my mind and the device. That's one of the reasons I love swimming so much, is the device isn't with me at all. It's locked in a locker and I'm in the water and nothing can get to me. No sound, no distraction. It's one of the most peaceful forms of exercise. So if you haven't taken up swimming yet, and if you're addicted to your device, I recommend giving it a try. And this is all very conflicting for me, because I'm creating videos on YouTube because I want people to watch them. And those people are probably just as addicted to their phone as I am. And am I making the problem worse? I don't know. That's something people like me who are promoting this active outdoor lifestyle have to question. Get this. My hope is with the videos I create, they're the last video people watch before they put the phone down. My hope is by showing myself out in nature, that it'll inspire whoever's watching this video. Just not a lot of people, let's be honest. I'm not a big time creator by any means. I just have a couple followers, but I hope those couple followers see this and want to put their phone down and go out into the world. But I also have to accept the fact maybe someone sees this and they don't. They just move on to the next video after they watch it. The challenge is if you have a message that you want to get out to people, and my message has been, let's maybe take some of the focus off how we look and let's focus more on what our muscles can do, getting out into the world and experiencing nature and movement at the same time. And if I want to deliver that message to people, I have to meet them where they are. And where people are is on YouTube and Instagram and all the other things. And that's okay. I think these things are great. I love YouTube. I love Instagram. It's just, we have to be cognizant of the fact that we can very easily get sucked in. I don't want to get off the platforms entirely because they've given me a place to be creative. When I was growing up, I wanted to make documentaries. And now, maybe I'm not going to be some big documentary filmmaker, that's okay. But I can make these little videos and enjoy the creative process that goes into them. One of the things I like about creating videos is it forces me to go do the thing that I'm talking about. I could just sit in my office and talk about the same thing, but it's not going to have the same effect as if I'm out here in the world. I'm talking about experiencing the world and putting our phones down. I kind of need to be out in the world doing it, and this forces me to do that. I'm actually starting another account that documents my little adventures around the Pacific Northwest. And it's the same thing. I'm now planning these adventures that I might not have otherwise. And it's just another one of those ways that I'm putting the block up from consuming and enjoying the creative process. And again, that's the great thing with the endurance sport thing too. When you sign up for a marathon, you're going to spend a lot of time outside, not consuming content and getting exercise out in the world. When you sign up for an Ironman, you have 3 different ways now throughout the week that you're getting out in the world between swimming, biking, and running. So that's been a huge benefit for me and reducing the time I spend consuming content. So it all goes back to this idea that the world's out here. And if we don't look up every once in a while, we might miss it. And there's lots of things you can do, whether it's going out and creating videos, or if it's getting into endurance sports or whatever activity you like. There's a lot of ways to experience the world. You just have to start. So if you don't, you might miss out. We're all missing out to an extent right now. And sometimes we just have to remember the world's out here, kid. All right, that's it for today. If any of that resonated with you, let me know in the comments. If you're enjoying the podcast format, please let me know. And I just want to say thank you to those of you who have been watching. It really means a lot to me. And I appreciate your support and your interest. And yeah, thank you. All right, I'll see you in the next one.